America, how's it going? I'm gonna make a video here. Half drunk, damn, half drunk and trying not to be half drunk and wanting to go to sleep. But I'm gonna make it because I haven't made one in a few days now, and as often I like to make a video because if not, obviously, no one's gonna care because well, I'm not even doing anything. But not that you care anyways. But whatever. Biden is the president, and that is good. I supported Biden, largely due to the fact that Trump seems to have lost his fucking mind over the last year and actually became whatever the fuck he was being accused of being. I mean, he literally became it for a number of reasons, and that is a good thing. Now, Biden won, provided Trump doesn't go through with taking this to the Supreme Court that he has stacked with some conservative judges and judges who will be biased towards the Republican president. In that case, you could very well see and end up with a scenario like what happened in 2000 in Florida, where the election was stolen from Al Gore. Now, on the other hand, with that being said, I don't think that will happen. I think Biden is your president. Even if Trump takes it to the Supreme Court, I don't think he'll be successful in getting it overturned. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, as Jim Carrey said. So that's a good thing. But with that being said, and while I support Biden to Trump, and I have went over those reasons many, many times, I think it's important that once again I remind you of who Joe Biden is, along with Kamala Harris especially, and who in the hell you actually voted for. Now, I think Biden might be better about a number of things, but it's important to realize he is. Start with Kamala Harris, who is probably worse, but she's the end of the ticket. Let's start with her. She, career prosecutor. She has prosecuted many people, including nonviolent criminals, largely probably poor. She has put many black males especially, I'm sure, in jail, in prison, often again for probably nonviolent offenses or nonviolent crimes. She has see what she has done. She once prosecuted a man. She actually, first let me say, she prosecuted or wanted to prosecute or go after or prosecute tyranny offenses. Tyranny. I'm probably saying that wrong, but people who were not sending their kids to school. I'm sure largely poor people, putting people in jail for that. She once prosecuted a man who they knew had been innocent, and she did not even really deny that, but she wanted to simply put him in prison for a technicality because of forms and things that he did not sign out correctly. Gee, that reminds you of the current election, doesn't it? But she wanted to put him in prison for that, and he was probably innocent. So again, basically put this man in prison for the fuck of it. And she also, this cunt, also wanted to and did let a older, rich, right man go, let him out of prison because she, in her department or whatever the fuck it was accepting funds from him. And I believe, I don't know, I want to say Steve, or I can't, the guy that works for Trump right now, he's one of his economic advisors. But with that being said, and again, I'm a fuck up, I'm sorry. But with that being said, I might be wrong about that. And if I am, I don't know where I'm getting that from. But there was a wealthy white man with older man and a wealthy rich person who had been prosecuted or should have been prosecuted for financial charges for ripping off people, and probably lower class, and probably very well possibly lower class people, who was not prosecuted by Kamala because she wanted to let him go because she was basically accepting funding from him. Let's be honest. Now that's her. Now let's go on to and she also laughed at the ideal only 6 short years ago, long after it had been considered an acceptable ideal. After that, she had laughed at the ideal of making legal marijuana legal, or illegal marijuana legal, rather. I'm sorry. She laughed at it. Now then, with that being during a debate. Now then, with that being said, Biden actually kind of dog-telling that voted for the crime bill that put millions probably of non-violent offenders, largely black people, as Trump said, in prison. Often non-violent offenders. Trump, and to his credit, did do some good, largely at the encouragement of people like Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, to try to rehabilitate some of these people. That's positive, sure. Could have done more, did not do enough. He created the First Step Act, but I'm not trying to heap any kind of praise on Trump, and that's where that ends. I'm not even mentioning him after this. Let's just stick to Biden. I won't even go into North Korea, that Trump was better on. I won't even talk about that. Let's just stick to Biden because I don't want to praise Trump because, again, it is a good thing that he lost, I think, but you need to know who the hell you have actually elected. So anyways, that was what he did about the crime bill. He also voted for the Iraq War that has gotten probably thousands of U.S. troops killed, has went on almost 20 years, longer than the Vietnam War, and longer than any other war except for the Afghanistan War, that I'm sure he voted for as well, and that we're still in, and that I have little hope he will get us out of, and that Trump did not get us out of. Some say he, and I don't know the details on this, but he ultimately reduced, and again, I'm not trying to talk about Trump, but he reduced numbers in those countries, but still not enough. Like Ron Paul once said, we just walk in, we can just walk out. We just march it in, we can just march out. And it has cost us millions, if not billions, or even probably at least, I wouldn't say trillions, but billions in U.S. tax dollars, and he voted for the shit. He once argued to cut Social Security as well as part of cutting something having to do with cutting spending. When ridiculed by Republicans, he let's see what else he did. He has he is not for universal health care like Bernie Sanders was. He has rejected any alignment with the left wing of the Democratic Party and Social Democrats and or Democratic Socialists multiple times outright. And people who think that you can move him left, I think you are delusional. What else has he done? He once referred to, and I mean, Hillary Clinton did this. I don't know if he did, or I don't know where they're getting this from, but from my understanding, he also said something, I think, to the effect of young black males are the equivalent of super offenders or something like, or super predators due to crime rates. And I'm going to leave it there. He has defended a certain amount of outsourcing of jobs. He is not critical enough of China, and I'm going to leave it there. Now, I'm just going to say I'm going to continue to be critical of both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris when they fuck up, the same as I was Trump. This doesn't end. This doesn't finish now just because Joe Biden is president. I'm going to continue to fight for the same democratic socialist and or social democratic policies, at least, and humanist and liberal policies as I did in rights for human beings as I did under Trump. That doesn't change. He's not left wing enough. I would like to move him left, but then it probably isn't happening. But that is my opinion. And other than that, I'm just glad that, again, the Republicans are out of office. Peace 666.